Well, hello, and hopefully everybody's having a good day today. I kind of sort of am. Wish my hair would have been better. And get the hair off. I'm dressed up for going to the gym when I'm done here. But I have another video. I got another Cobi kit that I picked up. This one is a 135th scale Ford M151A1 Mutt. What is a Mutt? Mobile utility truck, something. Light attack vehicle. It was brought in to replace the iconic Willys Jeep from World War II. Ford was given the task, since they did produce Willys Jeeps for the Army in World War II, to come up with a replacement. What they came up with is this, the Mutt. The M151A1, which is the first one, powered by a 2.3 liter Ford four-cylinder engine. No, not the one that's in the Mustang, but rather the one that was in the Ford Tempo. They gave it fuel injection, and it went up from 71 to 100 horsepower in 1988-89. But that's another story. Comes equipped with a what you may call a M60 machine gun, one figure of a soldier, and there's an M16 rifle with it. Oh, little facts about this thing. It weighed 2,100 pounds. Top speed of 55 miles an hour. I think it was set up that way. And a range of 156 miles. Not good, considering that my Chevy Equinox gets better mileage with a similarly sized engine with a heck of a lot more horsepower and torque, though. Um, Thoughts. This version here, there were issues with. They would topple over. It was because I believe this is, yes, this is a frame on frame, and it was not an independent suspension. I know they corrected these things from tipping over by putting an independent suspension in the back, basically giving it a modern suspension like you have on cars. The A2 version did not do that, and the A2 version was used up to like 1998, I think. I don't know, 2000. But these were replaced by the Humvee. The Humvee did replace them in 1985, 84 ish, 86. These were still being used up until the time Humvees basically replaced all of them. Four men could fit in it. It had a nice radio set, as you can see there. And this is a version that was used in Vietnam. Beautiful. Beautiful little vehicle. They were sold for surplus. You could probably buy one now. I've seen some in car shows. Because I don't know if would ride open top in one of these things in vile weather, but that's neither here nor there. Other countries, they were given as military aid. A lot of them became tiki taxis in the Philippines and in Manila, but they formed the brunt of basically light reconnaissance vehicles. The nice thing about this vehicle, it could be carried in the belly of a C-130, whatever transports they had. It could be dropped in. It could be decked out, like I said, with machine guns. This one had an M60. I've seen some that have machine guns all over it. There was a version of Y tires that was kind of like an assault vehicle kind of a thing. But it did have multi-purpose usage, and the U.S. military did use it pretty well. I'm trying to slow this down so everybody could see this thing much better than normally could in one of my little videos. What I'm trying to do is do a combination thing in Vietnam and utilizing these vehicles as my basis. I'm going to start doing videos with a camera so you can pay more attention to this and not my beautiful face, holding and showing these up. Historical significance. They filled a role. Basically, that was it. They had a role to fulfill, and that role was light transport, reconnaissance, and this is a vehicle that did this. I'm going to have, like I said, a Vietnam kind of a thing where I'm going to combine different types of vehicles and craft that were used during the Vietnam War. At this point right now, I'm trying to get the Lockheed Starfighter in Vietnam garb. When I get that built, hopefully I can get that in the next week or so. I'm going to do a series of videos, and you'll see all using Cobi vehicles that I've built as a reference points explain. I have an M41 tank that I built. I have an F5 Freedom Fighter. I have the Huey that I just built. I just need the F104, and once I have it, I can kind of put a narrative together. And I do have a MiG-17 that I should put together that was from the Vietnam War. If I get that built, I could basically do dioramas and explain a lot of things, battles, tactics. I'm trying to find my one Vietnam book that I had that I will also show you and give you as a reference if you want to learn more about the Vietnam War. But that's where I'm going with all these, and that's why I'm trying to readily build these. And I'm not making as many videos, but I'm going to make a few more. I got other topics because of some other stuff that I was playing around with and stuff. But here's a box that it came in. This is not the newest one. They have a later model, same vehicle, but different packaging. And I got this off of eBay. There's a few sellers on eBay that still sell Cobi stuff, even though the tariffs have kind of made things funky. If you buy things from Europe, so you're better off if you buy things that are domestic, American made. You avoid the tariff. But here it is, the Ford M151A Mutt, or Ford Jeep, and that's it. I paid 24 for this. Brickmania had it for a little bit more. So it is available. If you got anywhere near you, if you're following my videos where they have Cobi vehicles, you should be able to pick this one up if they have it there. Um, that's about it. The car, the driver is moving around. So let me just readjust this and give you one last look. The M151 Ford Mutt Jeep Vietnam. That's about it. I'm going to have a couple more videos. Like I said, one video is going to be about pens. So just kind of give you a preview. This is a Montblanc Noblesse from the 1970s, and it literally fell apart. Well, I figured out how to put it together and make it work. It wouldn't do this. Now I got it to work again. So I'll explain what I did with this and show this. I mean, if anybody likes to collect pens, I do buy and keep pens, hopefully to make them increase in value at some point. Because I don't like writing with cheap garbage from Office Depot. I prefer nicer, and if you prefer nicer, you can find them and buy them out there. You just got to be very, very selective and pick your poison and go buy it. So that's it for this video, and I will have another video as soon as the Starfighter is regarding that, but I will have one on this pen and a couple other Montblanc pens and some observations and basically guidance if you want to go to buy one. So that's it with this. I will see everybody soon again. Hope my glasses don't look bad, and have a good day.